for the week, then I started.
Yeah, I love that. So have you done any classes this week?
I haven't done any classes this week now. I wasn't able to make any.
Okay. Were you able to do any at home stuff? Like how
Oh
did
yeah. So what I did do is because I missed booking for the Saturday, there's also a boot camp that I can go to down
Yep.
at Scarborough. So I did that one, and then I have this problem where I buy online programs. And so I have a couple of apps and stuff where they have workouts,
Yeah.
like, the Chris Hemsworth one and stuff. So I made sure got one of those done, and I made sure I prioritized it before, like life stuff like washing and dishes and all that kind of crap.
Yeah, because that was one of your goals last week, right? So it
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So we might as well get started because I'm not sure if anyone else is coming. So maybe
Mhm.
just let me know about, so obviously with some of your goals that you set. So if recapping, what were some of the things that you set out for the week that's just gone?
Yep. I did bring my little piece of paper. Hang on. To the
Awesome.
park.
Awesome.
So I had that I was trying to target 3 workouts a week,
Yep.
and that could be anything. So the boot camps or my online programs, or there's a hill across the road from work that I go run up for, half an hour.
Yep.
Yep. So I was able to tick the box for that one. And I also was wanting to target like 5 serves of fruit and veg a day. I
Yeah.
know it probably doesn't sound like a lot, but it just gave me something to focus on rather than.
Yes.
Yep.
And
And
were you able to do that?
yeah. I think because I'm thinking about it all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, how am I going to get my 5 serves in today?
Yeah.
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 So now that I'm thinking about it, that kind of helped. And I
Uh,
had other intentions, like you had said. So
so what have
there
you?
was there
Yeah.
was a cleaning one on there. It's only because I
Cool.
can do my everyday life cleaning, but the kitchen windows need to be cleaned, but they just look at me and never get done. So it was right. I just find that with the goal setting, I need to set myself up for success. So there's no point in saying clean all the windows in the house.
Yes.
Just clean one. You
Yeah.
know?
And I think this is what we're talking about. We have spoken about this in the past. It's like rather than setting over realistic goals, sometimes
Yep.
it's like starting off small and going, you know what, I just need to do this. And then if you do it, and then all of a sudden you go, you know what, I've got time, I'm gonna go do that other window.
Yeah, yeah.
Instantly you have overachieved something because the way that the brain works, especially with our mindset and our response, is if you say, I'm going to clean every single window in my house, and you do 3 windows, but you miss one window, you instantly think
Yeah.
about that one window rather than the 3 windows that you have done. So
Yeah.
it's always better just to, like I said, start simple and
Mhm.
then overachieve after that if you do.
Yep.
Everything's a bonus, so yeah, so I think that's really good. And do you feel better that you kind of did that?
Yeah, I think actually having some goals set for the week gives me something to focus on.
Yes.
And then it's hard, especially with the clean one, because my list of cleaning stuff is like 100 things long. But I was just like, just pick one,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bite sizes, like baby steps.
Yes. Because otherwise, and it like you might not get any of it done. Yeah.
Yeah.
And because it's so overwhelming. And that's what I was saying about these meetings are useful other way, whether you turn up to them or you guys just write down your goals and get used to writing down what things that you'd like to tick off for the week. They're going to help you because you're setting those intentions rather than just having them in your mind of, oh, I might do this. So it's a bit blasé, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then it becomes more overwhelming when you realize I haven't actually done anything that I planned to do because it's all in your mind, you know what I mean? And you keep adding things to that goal.
Mhm.
So I think writing down is one of the best things that anyone can do for the week, basically, especially if you are a busy female, like
Yeah.
having a little bit of a list. So
Yeah,
that's
no,
really
it
good.
worked well. Yep. And I did try and find a quote. I was like, God, what am my quote gonna be? So I did find one if you want to hear that.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear that.
Okay. So it's motivation is what gets you started, habit is what keeps you going. So for
Absolutely.
me, I needed to I want the eating vegetables, at least 5 steps. Like that will be my step, my baby step. I just want that to be an everyday normal thing. And same with my water intake, just want it the 1.52 liters without thinking about it.
Yeah. And so it becomes like a muscle memory. So you almost have to just be really sort of disciplined for a while. And this is what we discussed last week. But then all of a sudden it is a part of your habits. It is your daily lifestyle, So that's really cool. I love that. Well done. Good job. So are you feeling good at the end of the week? Like you're feeling
yeah,
good.
It is good when you can. I just love a tick in the box.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I think we all do. So that's really good. Good job. Hello, Beck.
Hi.
How are you?
Hey.
Good. Sorry, I was a bit late to the show because like at 11:45 I saw that you sent an email and then I was like, oh, I'm going to start doing that. And then I was writing out like my July reflection and then and then I looked at the time and I'm like, oh shit, I'm late for the meeting.
Soz. We'll go into that. Before I do come over to you, Beck, I just want to ask Sheena, did you have any barriers this week? Barriers that you like struggled with or anything that you sort of face that, you would like?
I think because I tried to get, like tick my attentions off earlier in the week, that was probably the best thing for me, only because by the time I got to Thursday, which was, yesterday, I was tired, like running around after the kids and work and stuff. I was like, oh, I'm glad I got those done sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Because, so I think it's just the energy levels would probably be the barrier.
Yeah. I think that's good to do. And I think the more you even do this stuff, so like I know for me, the more I plan out my week and then I actually start ticking off things, you get to understand how like that works in your lifestyle. So if you know that you are so busy come the end of the week, or like the beginning of the week is your shit part and you cannot really change that, you can work around that. You know what I mean? So you get better at writing those goals based on knowing exactly how your lifestyle works and what can you change or what could you tweak a little bit, but some things are completely out of our control, So that's good. Awesome. All right, Miss Beck, how has your week been? I've seen all tell us me about your intentions. Let's just recap quickly on your intentions for the week.
Yeah, okay. So my intentions, the 3 things that I put down to achieve was daily journaling, and daily movement and meal prep. Yep. So I didn't achieve the first 2.
Okay.
But I mentally journaled every day.
Okay.
Rather than writing it down. Like every morning I, took time out, right, what am I going to achieve? But I did that when I was laying in bed, and I didn't do daily movement because I'm still recovering from the cold, and I just want to recover from it, and I didn't want to push my body. Yeah. I had that PT session with you, which was really good. So I still feel good that I did do something and I didn't bail on, that and stuff. So, and then I actually did the meal prep, which left me feeling organized and really good and not chaotic, I guess. So
I think that is probably the word from last week and going into this week is organized. You know what I mean? Like being organized, putting time into organize and being organized is going to save you so much stress in that long run. You know what I mean? So I think that is the perfect word to sum up last week, and then obviously going into our weeks as well, is really having that organization. It's like your job, right? We're so perfect at time managing our kids, our job, everything else, but sometimes we don't put time management into our own selves, and I think that's where we lose that, because and everything else becomes a priority before our own self, and then you get yourself in this big pile of where you're like, I'm not even doing this, or I'm not doing that. So I think that's really good. Awesome. Did you face any barriers this week? I wouldn't say the non-journaling or the exercise barrier, because you said like you were sick. There was things like that, and you achieved stuff.
Yeah. No, to be honest, I don't think so. None that come to mind anyway that were significant. Other
Awesome.
than I just wish there was more daylight in the day.
Oh, it is coming. I'm feeling the warm. I'm loving it. I'm actually going to include a outdoor session coming into September because I'm like, I love outdoors, and I just so I'm going to add that to the timetable. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, that's really good. So we will set some intentions, or we'll go into some things before the M. There's just one thing that I wanted to talk about, I guess, today, and that's something that I came across in one of the classes this week, and being one-on-one with one of the clients in the classes. So it was around like planking. So I'm going to use planking as what sort of happened, and I just want to talk about the quality over the quantity. So with planking, especially when you're in a class environment, or any exercise when you're in a class environment, sometimes we tend to just really try and smash things out rather than really focusing on what we are actually trying to do through that muscle, what we're trying to engage and everything like that. And you can get caught up in that hype in a class, right? We see it all the time. It's a very normal thing to happen. But with this client in particular, was around planking. So her planking, she was doing a full planking because everyone else was doing a full planking, but she ended up quite high arch, where basically we all know it, we've all done it, where your bum really comes up and then you come down. So it's like this, right? So you've got no engagement through your core. So you're trying to do a full plank because you just think, oh, everyone else is doing a full plank, I've got to do a full plank. But you really can't really feel that even through your tummy. So one of the things that we did this week, and I just wanted to set this for everyone who maybe is trying to get better at a particular exercise, is giving yourself a goal when you are in a class. So say, for example, you really struggle at things like jump squats, or you really struggle at planking. Start with a full plank in the correct position, right? So we all know what the technique is. Us trainers come around, we push you down. I want you to count it. So, all right, in your head, 1, 2, 3, get up to 10. As soon as you get to 10 and you can see, or we come and tap you, drop back to your knees. The next time you do a plank, I want you to get to 12. So remembering what your number was and trying to progress with the right technique the next time that you do it. Same thing with jump squats. You might be like, I can do 15 in a row and count them out. And then the next time you do it in a class, all right, I'm going to try and do 16 today. So it's, again, setting yourself some of these intentions of trying to get better at something rather than just doing it because it's like the instructor has said to you, which I do. I say, all right, we're going to do a minute of planking. I'm going to do a minute of planking. I don't, you know what I mean? I just know I've got to do a minute, but you lose that technique as well. So I just wanted to bring everyone back to that awareness this week, because it's just one thing that I know does happen a lot in classes, and it can happen when you're by yourself. So whether you're doing an at-home program or you're at the gym or something like that, really knowing, like trying to get better, like progressing with yourself. So competing with yourself to try and get better at exercises. So that was just my little recap on my week as a trainer. Does anyone have anything around that, since you are the only two in here? Is that
my problem would be remembering, or because you know how you change it up every because every workout isn't the same.
No, but say for example you were doing a plank, like what I'm trying to say is, like, if you struggle at a particular exercise, like it's not every exercise, it's like something in particular where you really struggle at it, give yourself a little internal goal where you're like, so like I'm at here, and know where you're at in that class environment. When you leave, you can write it down, you put it in your phone, and then the next time you come up to that, try and get better at it. So it's, yeah.
So I guess for me, I actually had one of those moments this week in our PT, Angie, the pull-up.
Yeah.
And I think, like even from previous, I hate them.
Chinnies?
Yeah. Absolutely. And when you said it, I was like so many swear words, and my mind was just I got a little bit angry, like at myself, because I knew that I couldn't do them and I was going to fail them. So I guess that's probably something that maybe I might set as a monthly goal this month. But what is something, I guess, that I can do at home daily? Because I obviously don't have a chin-up bar, but what's an exercise that I can do daily to kind of build that?
Yeah, so things like in regards to chin-ups, if there's at home's a bit hard because you don't have that pull motion, but you could definitely work more like through your push-ups, so trying to build on your full push-ups rather than your knee push-ups, so trying to build that maximum strength. But one thing I do suggest to people with pull-ups, if that's one of their focuses and they've got no equipment at home, like no pull down rows or anything like that, is parks. So when you come to parks, you've got a lot of that, what are they called? Like poles. So you got like the poles that you hold on to. Think of
like a jungle gym, like the kids.
Yeah. Where
monkey bars.
Yeah, like monkey bars. But even in just basic parks, like you think about where the lagoon is, there's a set of stairs. So you know those concrete stairs? Yeah. There's something that we used to do push-ups against, like a bench. Yeah. You can sit underneath that and pull yourself up. So you could be going for walks, you could be doing stuff. Whenever you get to see those opportunities where you could sit underneath something and pull yourself up. You know what I mean? Okay. Like look for opportunities to get better at an exercise as well. So yeah, it's like if I said to you girls, all right, this week I want you to focus on stairs, your mindset would every time you would start seeing stairs. Yeah, you would start seeing them, you know. So but yeah, and I guess that's the thing, Beck, is like, you know, saying those goals out loud too, like especially with your trainer. Like I didn't know that, you know what I mean? You didn't say that to me, but it's like, hey, I really struggle at these. And sometimes I feel like people get scared to even say that but that's a good thing. Like if you struggle at something and you're like, I don't want to struggle at these, like as a trainer, like we can give you that advice. We can go, all right, next time we're going to do 5 chin-ups today, not 4. You know what I mean? Because even though it sucks, but when you get to 5, you're like, fuck yes, I just did 5 instead of 4, you know, like, and you start changing your mindset to make it a good thing, you know, rather than like a bad. So that's really good.
I've also found with chin-ups too, it's something you have to do more often than not. Exactly. Because your body, like if you did it once a week, I don't know that you'd probably see any improvement. When I was trying to do them, I would do them like a couple of times and then you just kind of gradually get stronger and better at it.
Yeah.
I add them into my
it's just my experience.
I add them into my my program once a week. But like I said, I always finish off with an extra number. Like even if I do my 10, I'll stop my 10 and I'll jump up for another 1. You know what I mean? Or I'll try and like I won't just stop at 10. I always try and get that little bit better with something that I'm trying to progress on. You know what I mean? Like it's those particular exercises. Because I think that's definitely where you get better with them. And it's like running. I say the same thing with running. Like, you know, if you run for 2 minutes and you really struggle at running, the next time you go for a run, try and run for 2.5 minutes. Like push. Sometimes you have to really use your mindset. It's not just a physical thing. It's a mindset thing too, you know? So that comes into play with that. So pushing yourself that little bit more and just achieving little milestones is going to help you get bigger, like get further with your progression. So that's cool. Excellent. Oh, hello. My little niece is here with me today. Hey, Billy. Okay, cool.
Where do you find that extra though? You know, so like, that extra bit of push, because like, especially if I'm at home by myself, I'm doing my home workouts, I'm like, meh, no one's watching, you know, or, you know, like I don't have the same drive as if you had eyes on me.
But do you set your intentions? Do you say to yourself before you start, I am going to go, and like I'm not talking about timer. Timer is an easy thing. Like, do you track how many push-ups you're doing and then go, you know what, next time I do it, I'm going to do 11. Like, do you actually, so that's where you got to set your intentions and that's where your drive will come on. So it's like you are saying to yourself, this is what I am doing today. And does that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
No,
but you
that
got to
does
get
make-
you got to get better at going, like, so say I'm using push-ups as an example, and you go, I'm going to do 11 push-ups today, and you get to 8 and you're like, oh fuck, I can't do any more. Like, stop and go, well, I have to do 3 more because I have given myself a benchmark. Even if I stop at 8, I have to finish those other 3. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, that's where the difference between, if you go, I'm going to do this, but you don't do it, that's where the mindset comes in and goes, it adds a negative response. But the better you get at being a bit more disciplined with going, I'm going to do this, and you do it and you achieve it, the better that motivation, I guess, muscle comes into play. And it works in so many other areas of your life, not just exercise. So yeah, that's my little thing. Set those intentions, Sheena.
Yeah. I actually never think about the intention. The getting there and starting was the intention. you know, it's not the workout, it's actually just doing it.
But that's like, I use going to the gym as an example of this, right? You'll go to the gym and go, all right, I just need to work out for half an hour today. You have no idea what you want to do, but you just know that, okay, I might do a little bit of legs, I might do a bit of strength, and I might do a thing. You'll go to that gym, you'll work out. Yes, it is good for your body. I'm not saying it's not, but you are better off having yourself a plan of what you are trying to achieve. Going into that gym, you'll do it in a shorter amount of time and you'll get better results because you're pushing yourself that little bit more. So that's where I think, yes, it's good to do the exercises, but that's where class environments come in. That's where personal training comes in. But when you're doing it yourself, know exactly what you are wanting to do, you know what I mean, or what you're trying to achieve. And Sheena has gone, bye-bye. She's
Frozen.
Do you have any questions around that, Beck?
No, I don't think so. I think, yeah.
So it's not going to exercise blind. And I'm not saying you have to do this for every single movement. It's just things that you know you struggle with. And that's the whole purpose of trying to get better at something, you know, like, or if I used to be back in the days to hate the spin bike, I'd be like, don't put me on a spin bike. You know, there could be just things that you don't want to do. There could be other things that you could be doing that you enjoy more, that, you know, so. Yeah. Did you hear what I just said, Jen? Did that make sense?
I dropped out.
I was just saying about when you go to the gym. Did you hear that part? When people go to the gym?
I heard you when you said that's why classes are good and PT is good, and then I lost you.
I guess they will push you, but when it comes to yourself, when you are doing things like when you're following nothing, and maybe you just be going to the gym or you're writing things down, actually knowing what you're doing. But where the best part comes is when you stick to it. Like it's the sticking to it and getting it done of what you said you were set out to achieve and completing that is going to help you with, you know, that push basically. But you have to be your own discipline in that area. And that's where the mindset comes in. And the more you do it, the better it just becomes. Again, it's like those things. It's like you got to start, you got to force it, and then it becomes a habit. It's just, you know,
What if you don't really have, like, I guess I don't have crazy goals, but I guess the goal is just to move.
Then that's fine.
You know? Yeah, okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. Do you feel
just
good?
With the hill that I run?
Yeah.
So I have this horrible hill at work. I go, I'm doing it 6 times. I get to my 6th and I'm like, okay, I'm done. That's it.
But you've just set intentions. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You've set intentions. That's like, not everything is about like, it has to be this amazing thing, but you've set your intention and you've done it. If you said, I'm going to do 6 hills and you get up to 5 and you go, okay, I'm done. That's what I'm saying. That's where you've got to go, well, did I set an unrealistic goal? That's the number thing. Have I set an unrealistic goal? 2, am I just can't be fucked and I'm just being thing? But, you know, I've said it. What's going to happen when I achieve it? You know what I mean? You're going to feel better achieving it than walking away not achieving it, unless you've set an unrealistic goal.
And I think that's been a big thing for me, like through July, is I've realized that I'm unrealistic and I overcomplicate
Yeah, keep it simple.
intentions. So like, yeah, exactly that is I will set an intention, but really if I actually sit down and really focus and break it down, it's unrealistic with what I'm wanting to achieve, or I'm trying to overcomplicate things that don't need to. So yeah, that's
yeah, and that's why I was even saying, like, look at the value of what, like, the priorities, you know what I mean? Like, what is it going to be a really bad thing if you put that aside and you focus on something else that really probably does need your attention, you know what I mean? Like, rather than trying to do everything as well, like sometimes you're better off just focusing on one set out thing for the week, you know, like, because you're going to feel so much better about that. Okay, well, we're gonna finish today then on this. So this is what I want you to do. I don't know if he's got my email. Did you get my email?
Oh, yep, I did see that one.
Cool.
Yeah, I did.
Cool. So I'm just gonna pull it up. So yeah, I just, being August, I just wanted to maybe just have a think about it. So what are 3 intentions you have for August around your health and lifestyle? So 3. What are things you know you need to action this month, and what do you need to do to get them done? What is a great thing that happened in July, and what's a lesson you learned? What is your August quote that reflects your goals and once you achieve them? So I want you to, again, vision yourself at the end of August, once you have set these intentions. What does that Beck look like? What does that Sheena look like? Are you going to be happy? You know what I mean? Like, this, setting that, so your quote that reflects that person. So I guess I'm going to finish us on today. So that's just a little exercise that anyone can do at any time over the weekend. But I want to find out just from the both of you, what is a great thing that happened to you in July, and what's a lesson you learned?
For me, I, in July, actually took myself out of my normal life and ran away, to be honest, to Melbourne to spend some time with my best friend and just be an auntie to her little boy. And whilst at the time doing that, and this is probably a bit deep and full on for this, but anyway, whilst I took my time away from that, it actually really allowed me to stop and think about everything, and these sessions have actually really helped with that, because I was able to stop, reflect. Whilst there was so much guilt for leaving my family, it also then, when I came back, I was like fresh, and I knew what I wanted and what I wanted for my family as well, and what I needed to do for myself to be that mum or partner and be happy within myself. So that was my really big thing for July, that I learned so much. Like, as I mentioned, like that weekend is where I realized I overthink. I already knew that, have known that for 36 years, but unrealistic goals is what put me in that place to need to be away type thing, and overcomplicating life and stuff like that. So that was a really big breaking point and opening, I guess, for me.
That's awesome. I love that. Well done. Sheena?
I'm actually really terrible at reflecting. So it's only been this week that I've actually, wrote down some intentions and kind of looked back and, had a look to see if I actually did achieve my goals or not. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't even tell you what happened in July, because I just live for right now, and I don't know, every day just kind of rolls into the next, and it's all one big blur.
That's all right.
So maybe for next month I'll have more to give you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But like I said, it's just even for like it doesn't even have to be like, it could be something that you think about, could be a bit personal as well. Like, it doesn't have to be around nutrition and stuff, and it's not something you just have to share as either. But it's just, I think, again, sometimes when you stop and you actually focus on parts of your life, that's where you can kind of maybe, I don't know, just make things a little bit better for yourself too, you know. So
I think so too. That's what I'm really enjoying about these. It's like, whilst yes, it is predominantly around health and lifestyle, but so much more impacts that, right? Like your mental mindset, your environment that you're in, it all relates to your health and your lifestyle in some aspects. So I hope this is something that you continue, because it's certainly something that's helping in all aspects, and even within my work, like it's helping me in that mind frame as well.
Oh, definitely. I'm going to continue them. We discussed this, which I thought was a great idea that Beck brought to me, of doing a Friday bake-off, where I'm going to sort of create like a 15-minute ingredients, which I was thinking of doing like more of a snacky sort of thing. So we're sort of inviting everyone, setting out that ingredients. If people don't want to, they can even watch me make it, and we talk about it. We can do that, because then I had another idea, which was like, all right, I'm going to send you guys to the website, and maybe it could it'll be literally a Friday bake off. So, you know, showing me what you've made, pretty much, so can kind of get some inspiration behind that sort of stuff too. Or might not be something that's on the website that you're like, it's one of my favorite healthy go-to recipes, you know, or snacks. So that's another little brainstorm, but I love those ideas. So please send me any other ideas that you have, because I'm happy about it. And I don't know if you've seen, like, this month's guest speaker is Mia from Weekends with Sadie, and she's just amazing. Like, I've been working with her over this past year, once a month, and she's really helped me. So I'm really, really excited to have her on here, just giving some of that breath work and things like that too. So funny. I never used to be into meditation and stuff. I'm a hippie at heart. Like, I love that stuff, but I feel like this is the first year I like being able to work with someone that I'm like, I freaking actually love this, and it's made me explore other areas. So yeah, cool. All right, so I've got to release a challenge today. So I've got to go on and finish this website, because I'm really excited for what we're releasing today. So that is coming.
Forward to seeing it.
Yep, the 6-week golden challenge, ticket challenge.
Willy
Wonka. Yeah, pretty much.
Is there chocolate included?
If you want it.
Actually, I did your slice and it was really nice.
Which one?
That's on the one with the nuts and the oats and the dates and the apricots.
So like the muesli bar?
It's like the muesli bar one,
Yeah.
It's really good, but I'm also having problems with, because it looks and it tastes like a treat. I eat it like a treat, which is a meal in my case. You know, like I can't stop. So I think this month will be more some mindful eating happening, because I do want to be in control of when I have the stuff that I love so much, but I just don't want to overindulge.
Yeah.
So I have to work on that.
Yeah, that's good. And like I said, at least you actually know, you're recognizing that, hey? Like, I think that's a really good thing, to recognize those little habits that we are. Like I said, I can't have certain things in my house because I will gobble it up. That is me. I'm a typical Taurus that loves her food. So
that must be my problem then.
Okay, you're Taurus as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love food, so I'm like that's why I'm a trainer, I should say, because man, so okay guys, well, really good. So I guess after this, just going and setting your weekly goals for around your exercise and nutrition, and then I thought that I would do that recipe for next Friday. So I'm going to just do I'm actually going to do protein balls. And I'm just going to show you how, using base ingredients, and you can change the flavors with them. So I was going to sort of send that out to you guys this week too, because that's really easy. We don't need to bake or anything like that. You can literally, and so he's like, I can't do that. I don't have a food processor. And I was like, I don't use a food processor. I literally have a bowl and I have almond meal and everything like that. So showing you how I do that too.
Cool. So, sorry, are you saying that we follow along? Is that what you're saying?
can
We
if
all
you
make
want.
it together?
If you want to, yeah. If you want to, yeah.
So will you just send out the ingredient list beforehand and then we can
Yeah.
have it handy? Okay, cool. Sounds
I'm
good.
going to do that this weekend.
Oh,
This
for
is-
next week.
Yeah, next Friday.
Oh, yay. What am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay? Because
Yeah,
not
I'm
everyone's
fine.
going to be able to do it, but but I
Yeah.
thought if I make it and people are on their lunch break, they could even make it at work and give it to their friends. So I was literally, that's the way I was looking at it. It's really easy. So I was going to do that.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
Cool. All right, guys. I shall see you next Friday, but I'll see you during the week.
Cool. All right,
All
then.
right, bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.